Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. It's a lovely sunny day, but a bit chilly. So, a warm welcome to my craft room. My name is Wendy Porter, and I am the Laptray Crafter, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in North Devon. So, when you come on, do pop on and say hello, so I know I'm not talking to myself. And I shall get rid of this. Oh, I can see a few of you popping in. Excellent. So, good afternoon. Hello, Jean. Oh, I love it when somebody I know pops in. Oh, let me just turn the sound off. That's it. Turn the sound off, otherwise you can hear me twice, and that's not good. How are you, Jean? Right, let me get my ink pads and stuff all ready. We're going to be doing something that I hadn't got planned until this morning. I was going to use the Pretty Perennials stamp set, but then I got a call from one of my friends saying, help, I need some cards. So I'm helping her out, and of course it's not a hardship, is it? I'm going to make some cards for men. Always the most difficult ones to make, I always think. So let's just wait for a few more minutes, because there were a few others who said they were going to join, and I don't think they've joined us just yet. So let's just wait a moment. Well, hello Hazel, welcome. How are you today? I don't know about you girls, but I went outdoors this morning because today is bin collection day. And I got a bit of a shock when I went out the front door. Blinking cold. Blinking cold. Looks lovely, but it is a bit nippy out there. So I warn you, if you haven't been out, put your woolly vest on, is all I can say. So let's just wait for a few more people. Oh, I do like it when you say hello to each other and you chat amongst yourselves. Let's see. I guess some people might have decided to go out because the weather forecast isn't very good, is it? But if it stays bright, I don't mind. I don't like it when it's grey and drizzly. When it's nice and bright like this, it's just lovely. Now I'm going to put some lights on. Let's see if this makes it a bit brighter. I'll just switch my little lights on. So okay, we'll just wait another minute just to see if anybody else is going to drop in. Okay. Right, I've got my ink pads ready. I've got my stamps ready. I've got my stamps ready. Was there a frost last night? Oh, yes, Hazel, I am too. I am too. I've had a couple of ideas and dismissed them. So, but something cropped into my mind this morning while I was having a cup of tea. So I will have a go at that later on. Well, was your car frozen over, Jean? Mind you, it is early, isn't it? It's not too late for frosts. I mean, I can seem to remember we had snow one Easter, didn't we? Let me just show you what the stamp set is we're going to be using. we're going to be using this. Let me see if I can get the light so it don't shine on me. It doesn't reflect on it so much. Yeah, turn it off. So I am going to use this. For those of you that weren't here right at the beginning, I was originally going to use Pretty Perennials. Yes, that's it, Hazel. That's exactly the same as me. I was going to use Pretty Perennials for my stamping this afternoon. You had frost on the roof, did you? Well, frost on the roof of the bungalow is a good thing. That shows how much insulation you've got, Jean. So that's pretty good. If it was frosty. Trouble is, those people that have gone and very sillily gone and planted their tender bedding plants, they're going to get a bit of a shock, aren't they? Because they'll all die. Right, so today I got a call this morning. I was going to use Pretty Perennials, but I got a call this morning from a friend of mine saying I haven't been able to go out and buy some cards, and I need some cards for some men. So I thought, right, this'll do. I haven't used this, so I even had to put the labels on this morning before I could use it. So this is what we're going to use. So I've chopped up a few bits of paper and cards, and let's see how we go. So I'm going to start with some quite simple ones, I think. So let's just get that out of the way. Now the paper I've used is the, what's it called? In Good Taste paper pack. And this is brilliant because this is going to carry forward to next catalogue. And let me show it to you in the annual catalogue. I don't know whether you've noticed it, but it's a big pack of paper. And it's lovely for men's cards. It's this one down here. Can you see this? I don't want to get it in, stick me in catalogue. And it's a double size pack of paper. So whereas you would normally get 12 sheets in a pack, for this one you're going to get 24 sheets. But the price is £20. So that's really good. So there's a slight saving. And as you can see, I don't know whether you can see that all right. Can you see? It's got lots of what I call tile and flooring type patterns to it, which is brilliant, and wood grain as well. I always think wood grain is so useful for men's card. Oh, on the card, oh, did you scrape the windows? Gosh. Right, so my card is going to have a back. Let's put these together. So, put that light back on again to make it a bit more even. And this is Sahara sand, and I've cut this to 5.5, and then I've got a piece of early espresso, and I've cut this to 5.5 by 5.5, sorry, 5 5/8. So it's just 1/8 of an inch bigger. So you just see a teensy weensy little bit of it. That's going to go on the front of my card, like so. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these pieces of wood, and I've cut up 2 different pieces, and these measure 2.5 by 2.5. And as you can see, 2 different sorts of wood grain. So let's put those on there. And I deliberately haven't glued my base card down yet, because I'm thinking I might put some twine or wrap some twine around it. So I'm just going to put that there like so. I'm just tucking this into the corner. Look at that, even that side's lovely, look. That's the nice thing about this paper. I think all the sides are lovely. So I'm just going to pop that in here. I love this one, this hexagon one. Now this will go lovely with something in the new annual catalogue. I'm not saying what, but it will go lovely with something. I'll pop that on there like so. Oh, that's not very straight, is it? Try again, Wendy. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. So there we go. And then I've got a stitched rectangle, which is going to go in the middle there. Right. And one of the images on here is a lovely bottle, or what do I call these things? I want to say a carafe, but I don't mean a carafe, do I? Decanter, that's the word I'm looking for, a decanter. So I'm going to stamp my decanter in early espresso, and because this is called Whiskey Business, the stamp set, this is a whiskey decanter, like so. Now I did ask my friend whether whiskey drinking was all right with her, and she said it was, so that's good. I hope you can hear me okay, girls. If you can, do send up a thumbs up, because I'd like to know I'm not talking to myself. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'd just like to add a little bit of colour. So I've got out a watercolour pencil. Now, in our watercolour pencils, we've got one shade that's early espresso, and I'm just going to add a little bit of colour just to the edges. I don't want it just where the, see where the little lines are, where they've added some shading to the drawing. I haven't heard that you can hear me, girls. I'm just adding a little bit of colour to the decanter with my watercolour pencil. And then I'm going to bring in a blending brush. Oh, where's my blending brush? Oh, a blender pen. And these are fabulous. If you've not used one of these, they are really good. I'm just going to spread my watercolour pencil where I went over it. Just spread it a little bit. Just to add a little bit of dimension to my, there we go. Oh good, thank you Jean, I'm glad I'm not talking to myself. Right, so there we go, wipe that off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use now this is pumpkin pie, and I'm just going to colour in this centerpiece here, just to make it look a bit like whiskey. Give it a golden hue. bring in my blender pen and then just take away. All the blender pen does, as you can see, it spreads the watercolour pencil out and just takes away the lines. So if, like me, you've just done a very, very quick colouring job. Okay. Do you think that looks like whiskey in there? So, right, so this is going to go on the front of my card, like so. On here, like so. Now, before I glue this down, I am going to stamp. Now there's a lovely stamp, Cheers to You, and I thought that would be quite nice, quite fitting. So I've got somewhere, when I'm chopping up my card to make my card bases and things, I often have little bits left over, and I'm thinking, yay, look at that, perfect. So this is going to go on here, so I'm going to use Early Espresso. I'm just going to stamp this on here. There we go, lovely. And of course I can't just leave it with straight edges, can I? So let's bring in our little, let's use that side, I think. And they're about, not exactly 3/4 of an inch, so I'm turning it over just so I can hopefully kind of get it in the centre there. There we go. Snip. Lovely. Right, I've just done one edge at the moment. That's going to go on there. And then I'm thinking that, no, that definitely needs the other side doing, I think. So let's do the other end as well. So we've done a pointy one. Ooh. There we go. So I think I'm going to tie some twine round. I've got some twine ready here. And I'm going to put some twine on my... Let's bring in a Stampin' seal. I hope the others are all okay. I was bringing me a silicone mat to get it going. There we go. And then I shall wrap some twine around here, like so. And some snips to cut it off. There we go. Okay, right, now I'm ready to put that on the front of my card. Let's just pull that apart a little bit, give that a little bit of a gap. I'm definitely not going to put a bow on. It's a man's card after all. I don't know where the others are. They've obviously got caught up doing something. Just hope they're all right. Right, so this is going to go on here like so. So put it over just a teensy bit. There we go. Let's trap that down, and then we'll use some dimensionals, I think. Look, I've just got the end of a sheet here and I can't throw that away. So let's just use these. And then that's another piece of paper that can go in the bin. There you go. And I tried to be organised and get a new sheet ready. Yay, there we go. Oops. Right, so that's going to go on there. And then this, I want that in the middle. I think I'll just have it underneath, straight underneath. So that can go on dimensionals as well. Are you crafting, Jean, or are you just watching? I know Hazel's thinking about what she's going to make. Oh, let me put my whiskey bottle down first, I think, before I put my sentiment down. Let me bring in my little bin, my little pink bin. Put the bits straight in there. Try and be tidy, hey? There, like so. I just thought I could put a bit of Wink of Stella on my whiskey, couldn't I? Give it a bit of sparkle. How about that? Shall I do that? Why not? Men don't mind a bit of Wink of Stella, do they? Well, if they do, it's tough. So let's just check. Yeah, here we go. Bit of sparkle on there. There we go. There you go. Good. Now, I was thinking about what I'm going to use as embellishments. And the only thing I could come up with, you're using the old colours that... Oh, are you? Oh, lovely. Right, so I'm going to use these matte black dots. I thought they were something I could use as it's a man's card. So, what shall I do now? Oh, I didn't want that there. I wanted that there. Did you see that fly away? Oh, oh dear. We'll have 1, 2, 3. Did I tell you about the story why these look a bit peculiar? I dropped them on the floor and I ran over them whilst I was sat on the chair. So some of them have kind of been moved around a bit. There you go. There. There's the first card done. Excellent. So, just watching, are you, Jean? Good. Well, if you... I hope this inspires you. I always think men's cards are the most difficult to make. Right. So here we go. Let's do another one. So what have I got? I see planned here. No, I'm not going to do that one yet. I'm going to do this one. Okay. So. Okay. Now this one is going to be quite a simple card. Because what I'm going to do is I am going to create a background with my whiskey bottle. And how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to use crumb cake. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp all over. Thank you, Jean. I'm glad you like it. It's a lovely stamp set, I think, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one whiskey bottle just about there. Now I'm trying to get it straight. Not that it matters if it's straight, really. Right, so there's one. Now I'm going to fill in the space all the way round with some more whiskey bottles. Now, do I want to do them straight, or do I want to do them? No, I think I do. I'm going to come down here, like so. This is a lovely stamp to stamp with, I must say. And then I'm going to come up here. Good, thank you, Hazel. I'm glad you like it. I can't remember whether this one is being carried forward or whether it's retiring. So, put that there. Carrying on. Oh, it is carrying over. Thank goodness, because as I said, I've only just started using it. And I think it's a nice set, actually. I think it's something nice for the older gentleman. Plus, I think the younger gentleman would like it too. And there's lots of ladies that like drinking whiskey, isn't there? So perhaps ladies would like it. I'm not a great fan of alcohol, as you all know. It's not that I've never drunk. I have. When we were in the pub, vodka used to be my tipple. In fact, when I first met Charles, we had a date in the pub near to where I lived. And I remember drinking Bloody Marys, and I fell off the bar stool. Not that I was drunk, I just fell off the bar stool. I got dizzy, didn't I? And Charles always says that he sobered me up with a packet of crisps. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Right, so there's my background. Now what I want to do is I'm going to stamp another whiskey bottle. I've got a piece of... Now this time I'm going to stamp it. I think I'm going to stamp it in Early Espresso, because that's the shade of my card that I'm using as my mat. So I'm doing it in Early Espresso, and I didn't clean my stamp, but I think it's all right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out. So bring in my scissors, my little snips, and this is so easy to cut out. Really simple, says she. So I'm just cutting, just giving a little bit of a... Let's get rid of that. I'm sure I should be using it. There we go. So just fussy cutting out the decanter. How easy is that? Nice. Get to the stopper. There you go. So there we go. Let's get rid of those little pieces because they'll annoy me otherwise, get in my way. Right, so again I'm going to just do a little bit of colouring with my pumpkin pie pen. This time I'm just going to use the pumpkin pie. Just apply a bit more pressure where the little lines are to give it a bit of dimension. Now I could easily have used my blends, my Stampin blends, but I decided I would use my watercolours because I've not had them out for ages. Let's just add a little bit down here just to give it a bit of dimension down the side, and then bring in my blender pen and then just spread it out. Oh, I could have spread it out with my Wink of Stella. I just thought of that. Perhaps I won't put Wink of Stella on this one. Now I've seen some people on Pinterest, because of course I had to look and see what I would do with this stamp set. I mean, they go to a lot of bother of cleaning the, you know, putting, making it look like glass. And I thought, oh no, I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. That's what you need to get the watercolour pencils. There's 2 lots, I think. In fact, I don't know what's in the new catalogue, whether there's 2 lots or not. In the current catalogue, there are 2 lots. I've got a couple extra, which happen to be in one of the kits. But I think the ones I'm using are just what I call bog standard ones. So that's going to go on there like so. And then that's going to go in that. So you see now why I stamped that. I positioned that one first so that I knew exactly where it was going to go. Now what I want to do, oh, let me just clean me stamp set. There we go. Because I should be using it a lot. So what I thought I would do is I would bring in, I was looking for something that was happy birthday, that wasn't too frilly and curly. So I'm using this one from Enjoy the Moment, this happy birthday here. And I could use that one as well actually. But I'm going to use this happy birthday. That's the one I've chosen. I put on a stamp block already. And I will bring in a piece of card again from my pieces that are cut off. That's a bit big. There are two lots carrying over. Well, I could recommend them, Hazel. They're both really good. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment in early espresso. Now I've got to try and do this straight. I am going to change the block. Now the reason I'm changing the block is because when I look through this block, the edges are very close to the edge of the stamp and the words, and I can't tell whether I'm actually straight or not. So I'm going to put it on a slightly bigger block, because then my eye won't be drawn to the edge of the block. You see what I mean? At the minute my eye is being drawn to that rather than the stamp itself. So what I've done is I've now changed it. I put it onto a bigger block. Yay, that's a good idea. Use your Stampin' rewards, Hazel. Very good idea. Now I can see, hopefully that's fairly straight. Providing my little picture's on straight, I should be okay. Yay, look at that. Cool. So again, what shall I use? I should use this. And actually I could do with cutting that down just a little bit, couldn't I? I think it's a bit wide for the sentiment. Oh, now reaching across to get my little chopper, my little mini chopper. I just want to cut a teensy weensy bit off. And I'm just lining it up there with the 3/4 of an inch. There we go, that's better. Put that there. And then bring in my punch. So this time I think, because I've got plenty of room, I'm going to use this side of the punch. Do the fishtaily one, or cut a bit more of that off. That's better. Another little bit, I think. There we go. That's better. Get rid of those in my bin. Okay, so let's put our card together. So let's put this onto here now. I am going to put the glue. Now you'll notice that when I'm putting something, a big piece of white card like this, onto a mat, I prefer to put my glue onto the card that I am putting the piece onto. And the reason I do that is so that, in the hope that sometimes if I'm a bit heavy-handed, you can see the glue through the white. And it's only because I'm sometimes a bit heavy-handed, that's the only reason why. But there we go. So by putting it onto my dark piece of early espresso first, it gets a chance to soak into there, and I've got a roughy edge there. Now I can put this on here. Where's my bottle gone? Now, do I want to wrap some more twine round here? No, I don't think I do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that flat. Like so. Make sure I've got my spine on the right side. That's going to go on there. Like so. In the middle. and then this is going to go on here. But I think what I might do is I might add some dimensionals to the back, yeah, and then I might put some twine behind it. So if I put okay, right. I know there's a lot of dimensionals there, but I'm going to use one of them to put my piece of twine behind it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a wrap it round my fingers, do a trim. What I tend to do is I make a little figure of 8 and I put that on there. I think that's a bit big. Try again, Wendy. Use too many fingers then. Oh, I think somebody else has just joined us. Say hello, whoever you are. You're very, very welcome. I'm making some men's cards. I had a call from a friend this morning saying, help, I haven't managed to get to a shop and I need some cards. Okay, I'll make some for you. So I changed my mind. So instead of doing flowers, we're doing whiskey decanters. Now, there's no connection with that at all, is there? That's better. Right, so let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these backings for my... And these will also help keep my twine in place. And I'm getting good and glued up here. There we go. Oops. Oh, I don't want that one. Stuck that one there. Right, so bring in my card. So I am going to put this decanter just over this one here. So it sits nicely on there. And then my sentiment, where should I put my sentiment? Do I like that? Yeah, let's just spread that out a bit. I'm going to put my sentiment here. Again, I'll pop it up on dimensionals. Lovely. Have you got a cup of tea by the side of you, girls? Have a slurp. I'm going to have a slurp in a minute. I'm just going to tuck that underneath there. In fact, what I might do is, let me see, yes, have I got a piece of, oh, I could do with a piece of, I'm going to, now, the classic label punch, you've got Pepsi, have you? Good. The classic label punch is going. So I'm going to make the most of it, and I will probably carry on using it for things because I do like it. And I'm just going to, which end am I going to put that? I'm going to pop that there. Just helps cover up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue on here. So, just so it pokes out the end. Just, there we go. Cool. I don't like Pepsi or Coke or anything like that. I'm very I never did drink it, even as a youngster, I don't think. Yes, you're right, Hazel. Timeless label going too. So, and that's a shame because I do like both of those. Right, there we go. So let's put a few little matte black dots on, shall we? Where should I put them? I know I should put one. Put one just there. And then I'll just dot a couple about, I think. No. And one there. There we go. So 3 little. You've got tea, have you, Hazel? Jean. Lovely. I've got water. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to drink more water. Right, there we go. There's our second card. Cool, eh? And quite different to the first one, isn't it? Okay, so let's see what piece I've got cut next. Aha, right. So what I've got here is I've got a piece of Whisper White that's going to go on there. And then I've cut a piece to go across this. And a piece to go on here. And I'm going to decorate this piece. So let's see how we go. So I'll bring in my bottle. I'll bring in the glass. Now we've not used the glass. The glass is lovely. So what I'm thinking I might do, and there's a little wooden shelf as well, look. Now the other thing I've got out is I have got out, what have I done with it? I have got out somewhere, yes, I have got out the lovely border stamp, this borders to backgrounds. I love this, and I do like this. You've seen me use this bit before. So I am going to put that on a block, and I'm going to use that. I need a long one because I won't fit the smaller one. So let's pull that off. Pop that on there. Okay. And I might use the one with the splots on it as well. Let's get another one out. I haven't actually used the others yet, but they're nice. I just haven't used them. Oh, here we go. Good. Right. So I am going to use crumb cake, and I am going to create a background. I think I'm going to stamp this off because it's quite a new ink pad, because I treated myself and I got all new, well, not all new ink pads, but some of my old ones I've replaced. With the new style. Stamping those off. Okay, like so. Cool. Then I'm going to bring in some dots. Oh, you're going to get the mini cut and emboss, are you, Hazel? Oh, that's lovely. You'll love it. I think it is so useful. It takes a bit of, how can I say, getting used to the plates, because you do have to be careful about lining up the plates, because it's got such strong, what's the word I'm looking for? The pressure plates is so strong. You need to make sure that your plates are just offset a little bit. So what I do is, let me show you on mine. So when you're putting your plates on, you can see how grubby mine have got. I've used it such a lot. So that's plate number 1. Then you're going to need 2 plate number 2. Now all of the plates are chamfered at one end. And what I tend to do is I put the first plate number 2 just to the edge of that first chamfered edge. Alright. Then I put my card. Then I put my die on facing down. And the next one I line up with plate number 1, all right, and then that enables, when it goes into the machine, this bit will go down and it will go through the rollers. If you try and do it this way, so this goes in first, there's not enough for the rollers to grab hold of, and I've discovered that if you just use the chamfering as a guide to know where to put it, then that works quite well on mine. Have a little play with it, Hazel, because each one is different, obviously. But that's what I do to mine, all right? And I've just noticed I've got a hair on my stamp. So I'm just going to clean that. Let's clean that. I don't know whether it's because it's... Can you see that hair? Yeah, there it is there, look. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dot this, and I think this probably it needs to be stamped off as well. Just going to stamp this. I'm kind of making a pattern, but not a pattern, if you know what I mean. Okay. What I might do is I might even do some splodgy bits there. Okay. Oh, didn't manage that very well. When they're big, they're quite... Let's give that a good clean. Same with the big one. Okay. Right, now shall I add a little bit more dimension to it? We've got this lovely woody bit. Why don't we put a bit of that on? Stamp it off though. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Oh. Yeah. Just gives a little bit of I call it a bit of texture. It's not really texture, is it? Right, so this is going to go across the middle of my card. What did I do with the card base? There we go. So there's my card base. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did just a minute ago. I'm going to stamp the whiskey bottle, and I'm going to use, shall I use soft suede this time? Why not? So I'm going to stamp the whiskey bottle in soft suede. So, and clean that. And then I'll use... Oh, hello Judy, welcome. I hope you're all right. You've been out in the garden. I am making some men's cards using whiskey is it called Whiskey is the Business, I think. or whiskey business. This is what I'm using today. I had a call this morning from a friend of mine who said, oh, I need some cards. I haven't been able to get to the shops and I need men's cards. And I thought, oh, you're out in the garden, are you? Wow, you've got good internet if you can get it out in the garden. So I'm just going to snip these. Has it warmed up a bit, Judy? Because when I went out this morning, out on my front door, it was a bit nippy out there. So I'm just going to fussy cut these out, and they're easy to fussy cut. They're not difficult. Must be easy if I can do it. You're out sunbathing. You're topping up your tan, are you, Judy? Because you normally like to go abroad, don't you, for your summer holes? You won't be able to for a little while, will you? Because it appears to me that all the places that are hot are on the list that you can't go to. So, here we go. Let's just trim this out. I've managed to get ink on my fingers. There we go. And then there's another one here. So I've got 2 glasses and a decanter. There we go. Yeah, it is going to be a little while, I'm afraid. So will you go somewhere in the UK for your holiday? Go to a nice hotel or something, Judy? Right, now, can you see the glasses have got ice cubes in them? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour using my watercolour pencil. I'm just going to miss the ice cubes. Did I disappear then, girls? Okay, so that's going to go there. Like so. Oh, lovely. Oh, how nice, Judy. Is that all the family? I like the Lake District. It's really nice. Gets a bit busy in the summer, doesn't it, though? But I do like the Lake District. Very pretty part of the world. It's funny, Charles and I were talking about holidays just yesterday. Once he's got his eyes done, I said to him, we could go on holiday. The reason we haven't been on holiday for, I don't know, since, can't remember the last time we took holiday. Was because A, because his eyesight wasn't that good, and B, because his joints are not that good. But I've decided to say it's below your joints, will go anyway. We just won't go anywhere where he has to walk too far. But as he's going to have his eyes done next week, brilliant. Oh, how lovely, Judy, that all the family will be able to get together. I'm just going to come in with a little bit of, just to take the edge off this pink, just create a bit of shading. Do the same with the bottle, with the decanter I mean, not the bottle. Okay. And then I should bring in my blender pen. And I'm blending in where I put the early espresso, so kind of disappears. Blending the two colours together. Who watched Harry Potter last night then? I'm going to put up both hands because I did. Even though I've got the videos, I did have them on the telly while I was cooking fish pie for tea, which was lovely. Okay. Okay, so there's my decanter and two glasses. Oh, you were working till late last night, Hazel. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it's the third. Yesterday they showed the first two, and they're going to show another one tonight. I think it's The Prisoner of Azkaban tonight. I think that's the third one, isn't it? Right. So this is going to go on here. This is going to go on here. We'll have two. There you go. We'll have it something like that. Yeah. Now, shall I put some twine around me? Oh, I'm going to put some twine around. So, let me glue this to my base card. Yeah, I'm just trying to look to see whether I've got a piece. Oh, is that 5.5 by 5.5? Yeah, I've got a piece of embossed with the old world. That looks better, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, where's my glue gone? Where's my glue gone? Oh, there it is. Oh dear, I didn't put my lid on my glue, girls. Right. Oh, no, I don't want it that way. No. Want it that way. I know what I said to you just a minute ago, that I very rarely put glue on the back of my Whisper White when it's embossed, I do, because it needs to be able to stick to the debossed bits, or the bits that are sticking up. And there we go. Let's pop that. So there we go, there's that. I'm just trying to make sure I don't put my card down on top of my ink pads. So this is going to go on here. Yep. The paper I'm using, Judy, is from the, what's it called? The Old World. Yeah, In Good Taste it's called, and it's the pack that's carrying forward to the next annual catalogue. Yay! And it's so useful for men's cards because it's got wood and tiles and all sorts of stuff in it. So very useful. So there we go. So now let me bring in, where's my silicone mat gone? Can you see my silicone mat, girls? There we go, I found it. If my glue stops running, which it does do, I always put it on my silicone mat, and that tends to get it going again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap some glue around here. Oh, you haven't got that one. It's a really useful one, Judy, because it's got, as you can see, that's one side, look. Then the other side you've got this wood grain. That's a really useful one to have, and it's a double pack. So instead of the 12 sheets, you get 24 sheets. Okay, so that's on there, like so. Sort of straight. Oops. Oh, I thought that's funny. I've lost an end. Right, now that's going to go on there. So let's bring some glue in. Well, I'm back, girls. I will wait to see whether any of you join me. And I'll wait a few minutes. So do say hello when you come back. Oh, hello, Jean. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I'm going to have to investigate what happens and why the signal keeps dropping. Can't blame it on the school today. Hello, Hazel. Thank you very much for coming back. We'll wait a minute and see if Judy decides to come back or not. I'm going to have a slurp while I'm waiting. I haven't done any crafting. As soon as I saw it was going to go down, I stopped, so you haven't missed anything. Oh, hello, Leslie. How lovely that you could join us. I've just I'm making some men's cards, and the signal dropped, so I've just had to join again. You're here, Judy. Well done. Thank you so much for coming back. I am so sorry about that. Right, I've had a slurp, so let's get going. So when we got to, before we drop the signal, all right, I'd attached my base piece of white card that is embossed with the Old World embossing folder to my base card. Then I'd stamped on this strip of white, Whisper White or Basic White, and now I'm going, and I wound some twine round. Now I'm going to add my whiskey decanter and some glasses. Now I need to think about the sentiment. What sentiment should I put on here? Let's see what's in the set, shall we? I do like this Cheers to You. I think I'm going to use that again. So here we go. Cheers to You. And I could probably put that down there. Now if I hadn't have used an embossed piece, I could have stamped that straight there. But as it's embossed, that would be impossible. So I'm going to bring in a little offcut of card. Is that big enough, I wonder? I think it possibly is. Let's see if I can find one that's just a little bit longer. Then I can do something with the edges. So I'm going to stamp this in Early Espresso. And I think I've lost some of you again. But I will carry on regardless. And what I will do is I will join the two videos together. All right. So if you can't get back in again, you'll be able to watch the whole lot through. All right. I'll do a blog post. And I will post details of everything that I've used. Let's just get that out of the way. Chop a little bit off to take it down to 3/4 of an inch. So. And that's going to go across the bottom there, and I think I could do with a little bit of some decoration on it. So I'm going to use this wood stamp. I'm going to bring in some crumb cake. Oh good, I'm glad you're still there, Jean. So I know I'm not talking to myself. I'm just gonna add a little bit of go. Then I shall pop this into my Pick-a-Banner punch. What shall I use? I think I'm going to use the fishtails again. I do like the fishtails. There we go. Okie dokie, right, so that's going to sort of go like that, and I think this will go across the bottom here. So I'll use put some dimensionals, I think, on me decanter and me glasses. Where's me oh, where's the one I was using just a minute ago? Put it down somewhere. Never mind. Oh, here it is. There's another one. So I just don't have to use another one yet. Right. So let's put some of this here to support the neck and down the sides. There we go. And then we'll pop this on here. Okay, right, so if I put that there, either side, do you think either side? Yeah, I'm going to put that in the middle. Okay, that's going to go in the middle, like so. And then my glasses are going to go either side. Like so. One there. Now, pop some dimensionals behind me sentiments. And that's just going to go across the bottom there, like so. Okay. Okay. Right. Little bit of bling, if I can, yeah, a bit of bling. Okay. And another one. There you go. Oh, let's do 3 either side. I know it's an even number, girls, but there we go. So there's another card done. So how many is that we've done? I think that's 3, isn't it? Let's have a look. 1, 2. Yeah, we're on our 3rd one. Okay. So let's do one more and see if the signal will stay up for one more, shall we? Alright, so what have I got here? No, don't want to do that one. Let's do this one. What have I got in here? Okay. Here's another piece, a nice piece of that paper with a piece of that on there. And this time I am going to, right, now, what I need is, I need to make a mask. So I don't know whether any of you have ever done this, so let me show you how to do it. What you need is a piece of post-it note. Now, is this going to be big enough, I wonder? Could just be. Right. So I'm just going to get a bit of post-it note. Right. And I'm going to stamp my decanter on here. Now what I'm doing it so that I get as much of the gluey edge as I possibly can. Like so. And then what I need to do is I need to cut this out. And when you're doing it, you need to cut on the line. Right? Can you see? I'm not leaving an edge, which I would do normally if I was doing fussy cutting. I'm cutting right on that line. So I don't know whether we got Hazel back. Okay, here we go. Nearly there. Oops. I just need to finish cutting this out. And this is quite a nice one to do this with because it's not got too many fiddly bits. Oops. Okay, and then just this little bit here. Right, there we go. And I've got bits of sticky post-it note everywhere. So let's just put those in the bin. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp my... Do I want it that way or that way? What do we reckon? My idea is to have that like so, and then this across the middle. And then I'm going to put my decanter there. Now I'm going to put my decanter there, and I'm going to stamp one of the glasses here and another one here. So let's see. So the star of the show is going to be the decanter, right? So let's stamp my decanter. I'm going to use soft suede this time. Okay. So my decanter's going to go here, trying to get it upright. So then I'm going to clean that. then I'm going to put my mask over my stamped image, and hopefully it will fit exactly. Can you see? So there we go. So that's good. Now I'm going to bring in the glass, and I'm going to use soft suede, and I am going to stamp. Let's have quite a bit of it covered up, like so. And this one will have not quite so much covered up. Okay, like so. Clean my stamp. And now I'm going to peel off my mask, and I can save this for another time. So I'm going to put that in my stamp set. And now it looks like those glasses are sitting behind the decanter. How clever is that? So let's just do a little bit, add a little bit of colouring to show that the glasses have got whiskey in them. And a bit of colour to our decanter. I'll bring in my blender brush. Oop. Not me take your pick tool, and then just spread out that colour. There we go. Cool. Okay. Now what did I do? Oh, there we go. Oh, I think I'll have it so that goes that way. That goes that way. And I think I'm just going to put happy birthday on this one. So, now I have got the tailored tag punch. What do we reckon? That could look quite nice on there, couldn't it? Why don't we use that? I'm going to get a piece of the paper. Now, see if I can find a matching piece of paper in the pack. Yeah, there we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can, yeah, if I do it that way, there we go. I'm going to punch that. Then I need a piece of, I'm going to bring in a piece of Sahara sand, and I'm going to punch that, I think. Do I want Sahara sand? No, I don't think I do. I want, let me find out a bit of soft suede, I think. Piece of soft suede. Okay, so this is going to go on here, but I'm going to stamp it first. So let's bring in my early espresso. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on here. It's not something I do very often. I'm stamping onto designer series paper. Should do it more really. Yay, look at that. Now, right, so what I want to do is I want to put this, do I want it top and bottom or side to side? Let's just have a look and see. That's going to go there. Yep. Now, let me see. What do I want that down the bottom there? If I put it down the bottom, I will put it like so. Let's see. I can go up there and I can go there. Right, that's how it's going to go. So let's glue this together. So what I want this to do is I want that to be glued. Bit of glue. And I'm going to have that so it just sticks out a little bit at the edges. Right. Like so. And then the same with the other end. This is going to go on here. And can you see, you get that lovely point there. I think that's really nice. So that's cool. That's going to go on there. Right, let's put my card together. So let's glue this first. And I've had this out with their lid on, so I've just wiped that a bit. Whoops, that was a bit blobby. Put that down there. This is going to go on here. Right. Okay, that's going to go on there. And then this is going to go on here. Make sure it's the right way round. Pop that together like so. You've just ordered that punch, have you? It is lovely. This punch is it, what's it called, this one? The tailored tag punch. Absolutely fabulous. I love it. And I don't know, can you see there, Judy, what I mean? You put them side by side and you get that lovely little bit of dimension at the top there, which I think is lovely. And the same as if you do it the other way as well. You get just that little gap. Right, so this is going to go on here. Like so. It's one of those punches that I think you get a lot of use out of, and you can use it for male or females, I think. Let's go in there. This is going to go across here, and that's supposed to go at the bottom there. Yes. Okay, now I'm just going to be very, very careful where I put this. Okay. Oh. That's going to go there. this is going to go at the bottom here, or should I put it at the top there? Oh, I'm going to put it at the top, I think. A few dimensionals, I think. Where's my dimensional? Oh, where's my dimensionals? There we are. Why do I always lose my dimensionals? Right, here we go. I'm doing my dimensional queen bit again. Can I get another one on there? Yep. That's going on there. And that's going to go there. So let's see if I can line that up with that. I'll bring that down a bit. There we go. Pop some bling on. Now where shall I put it this time? Just thinking what I might do is just to make that look as if it's grounded a bit. I might just get my Stampin' blend and just put a little bit of okay. Oops, wrong place. Come on off there. There we go. I'm just going to bring in a little bit of light crumb cake, and I'm just going to put a little bit here at the bottom with the brushy end, just to, so it makes it look like they are grounded a bit. There we go. That looks better, don't you think? Okay, cool. Well, I think I've exhausted what I can do for the moment with this here punch. Sorry, this stamp set. I could probably come up with another couple of ideas. So I think I'm going to call it a day, girls. So thank you so much for those of you that have managed to stick with it. I'll just show you the cards I've made. So here we go, is the last one. And then we've got this one. And then we've got these two. Can you see those okay? Yeah. There we go. Slippy slidey bit. There we go. That's better. Now you can see them. Alright, so there's the 4 cards that I've made using the Whiskey Business. Alright. I haven't used that little bit. And there's some sentiments I haven't used yet. And this one I think would make a nice sentiment for Father's Day as well. So yeah, so it's a good stamp set. I'm pleased I've got it out. So I'm pleased. I hope they thank you, Judy. Thank you, Hazel. Lovely. Right, I'm going to go before the signal disappears again. I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of the weekend. Happy Easter. And enjoy it. Now, on Wednesday, that would be the day when I would normally do mystery stamping. Now, because Charles is going in for his eye operation, his cataract removal, on Wednesday afternoon, I won't actually be doing mystery stamping this Wednesday. So I might do it next Wednesday instead. I'll see how things go. Because once he's had his cataract done, I shall have to get back into doing his drops for him, alright? So thank you all very, very much for sticking with it. And I shall see you very soon. And I will do a blog post to list all the products I've used, and I will put the video onto YouTube as well, so that if you've got any friends who are not on Facebook and you think they would like to watch it, please share it, and then they can see it too. Okay, thanks very much, girls. Bye.